everybody, wakey wakey! It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. Good morning everybody, wakey wakey! It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. Good morning everybody, wakey wakey! It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. The 5th day of May 2023. My name is MC Kalia and this is the Morning Glory Show. It is the most comprehensive talk show in Kenya today, and being an Expert Tuesday, then the set is full of experts. Now, these are experts who live a two-way life. They are artists and they also have a career. And so this particular morning, I have a team from Jiamini Group. It is a social welfare group for artists who are based in the Rift Valley, led by Justus Tuno, who is an artist and an environmentalist. We also have with us the presence of Kendagor. Kendagor is a teacher by profession. He's also an artist and an environment enthusiast. We have with us also Kathy Komen, who is she is actually the secretary to the group. She is also an artist, and beyond that, she's also an environmentalist. But then before we come to them, allow me to remind you that we are coming live from Dawi Afrique Photography. Dawi Afrique Photography is situated in Eldoret, Basement A. Anytime you need anything that goes into video and photo production, consider working with us. And also, just to remind you, in case you're planning an event, in case you have a wedding, you need some good experience in front of the camera, and also some well-documented work at the end of the rope. This is the place to get it. Dawi Afrique Photography, anytime, any day. We say images beyond imagination. Now, if you need to dress to be addressed, D-Square Fashion House is the place to visit. If you need to look nice, if you need to dress according to the occasion, then visit D-Square Fashion House. But then if you need to learn to dress people, or rather, you need to take up fashion as a career, and then consider walking into D-Square School of Fashion Design and Tailoring. That is where the best train. That is where you get the opportunity to learn how to dress people to be addressed. Also, with that, allow me to give a chance to the people on set. Of course, I can see them smiling. Starting with you, Tuno, I'll give you a chance to of course, I'd given a brief introduction of yourself, but then you can get us, okay, my director tells me I need to start with Kathy Komen, maybe because she's the only lady on set. But then at least two-third gender rule has been adhered to this particular morning, because at least we now have a lady on set, unlike yesterday when we had three gentlemen. So Kathy, you'll get a chance to introduce yourself, tuambie jina lako, a little bit about yourself and what you do at Jiamini. Okay, Kathy, I doubt if your mic is on. Is it blinking orange?
Oh, sorry.
Thank
Good
you.
morning. How are you? Yeah, my name is Kathy Komen. I'm an artist and a member of Jiamini Group. And in the Jiamini Group, I'm a secretary here.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Now let's come to the chairperson himself. His name is Justus Tuno. Okay, from time to time I've had people calling him Che Bye Bye. Welcome to the show, bro, and tell us also a little bit about yourself.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Justus Tuno. I'm the chair of Jiamini. Jiamini Group is a group of artists. And thank you for welcoming us here today.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Last but not least is Kendagor. Kendagor is the coordinator for the project that Jiamini does. Kendagor, karibu sana.
Thank you, Kanya. Asante. Good morning, team. Morning, Glory. Of course, we are very happy today to be here, and in as much as tumechelewa kidogo, but we are happy that we are joining this team, Morning Glory. Very nice to meet you. And so, my name is Mwalimu Kendagor, of course, the musician, the cultural ambassador, the king of Kalenjin artists, of course, the hit maker. And I'm happy because I'm part of this team of Jiamini Group as their coordinator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And if you're watching at home and you have any question to any of these artists, of course, majorly about their aim, or rather their aspirations to see some good action towards climate, then you can ask them. Of course, there is that part here, wao kuwa wasanii. Of course, we'll also talk about the link between them being artists and also fighting to see that we have some positive climate action. Before we go, then allow me to sample a few comments. Of course, if you're already in, help us share the broadcast. Tell us what you think about this particular show. Let's engage. I can see somebody called Mildred Soom says good morning. Nelly J. Koecha says I'm here. Good work, team. Thank you so much. There is Tirop Felix says tuned in. We have Domi Nyarieko says tuned in. Kims Livin says good morning. And now she's biased. She says good morning, Mwalimu Kendagor and the team. I don't know why. Then we have Brian Tobran, and then we have Dominion Effect. Thank you so much all for making time to be with us this particular morning. Now, I'll start with you, Justus Tuno. Go ahead and tell us, first of all, about Jiamini Group. How did you come together?
Okay, Jiamini Group is a group of artists. It started, I think, 3 months ago, and we came together for the purpose of climate change action. So now, starting this group, we were looking on how as artists can influence the people so that they can accept this thing called planting trees, so that we can plant trees and reduce the impacts of climate change. Yeah, because trees is one of the cheapest thing that we can do, and we can relate so that we can reduce the climate change. Yeah.
Okay, and so 3 months, you're quite young, but you've done a lot.
Yeah.
How so?
Pardon?
I've said in only 3 months, you've done quite a lot of work. How do you manage all that? Because you have a career to protect, and you, in terms of music, you still have Jiamini. How do you balance that?
Okay, Jiamini is a group whereby, as artists, we had aspirations, and we share a common goal. Enye tunasema kwamba kama waimbaji tunasema kwamba we can use the influence of music to influence people ground there, because we have fans out there and they expect a lot from us. Yeah.
Okay,
And
you
the
so
first
much.
thing that we created is friendship. We are friends first before anything else. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And now coming to you, Kendagor, of course, first of all, we will acknowledge as you introduce yourself that you are actually a cultural king. And tell us now about how you're going to incorporate the Ecoart project. And of course, Ecoart, I'm sure, is something to do with climate and music, or climate and art. Of course, start by telling us that bit, because I think everyone is asking, how did you coin the name Ecoart?
Thank you, Kalia. And I want to say this. Actually, we as Jiamini Group, we came in together because of the influence we have in our society. Of course, we have people who love us. They love our music. They follow us each and every time. And so we saw it wise as a team, through the chairman, we saw it wise that if we do this, we'll be giving it back to the society. This noble thing of, we took the initiative of the president, and we say now, being the artist, and we know very well that when we do that, we have a big following, that people will heed, will listen to us, and of course, they will come in and support us. And actually, I can say this, for the little time we started this thing, I can see a very great impact. We've done it. We've seen people coming through. We've seen people supporting us. We've seen people being positive about this thing of planting trees. So, and of course, we've gone out. Not just we've been home. We've gone out. We've looked for friends, and the friends, as we speak now, they're even supportive more than 100%. Yes. So, with our talents, we know very well that we will influence a very big area. We will do a lot with this planting of trees, and we also request people outside there, of course. If it is your first time knowing that we have the Jiamini Group, which comprises of artists, you need to know that they are here, and our big aim is all about planting the trees for now. Yeah.
Planting the trees for now. That means that maybe you'll be having other future plans. And you've talked about the impact of trees. We'll be coming back to that. But then I'll go to the secretary to maybe tell us, what have you done in the last 3 months? And how has it been for you in the last 3 months?
Oh, thank you, Bwana Kalia. For the last 3 months, tumeenda Nandi County. Kwanza tumeanza na Nandi County. We bought some trees with the help of our funds kutuchangisha, and then tukanunua miti, tukaenda huko Chebarba River, and then yani tuliona tuanzie kwanza kwa water catchment areas. Tuliona Chebarba River kwanza ime like maji imeisha, so tukaona what can we do, wacha tuanze na hapo. So tukaenda tukapanda miti huko, and tuliona the community actually wali come, what they came to support kwa kupanda miti, and then tukaenda Elgeyo Marakwet. We are yet to go to Baringo again, kuhamasisha watu on the importance of planting trees. You know, being an artist, and through songs, we are able to at least kuhamasisha watu na kuwafundisha the importance of planting trees. What are the importance of trees? Mbona tunapanda miti? Mbona tunasema let's plant trees for like climate change? Trees iko na a lot of importance. First of all, ukiangalia nowadays, nilikuwa naangalia certain clip, and kidogo naona vitu kama umbrellas zinakuja ku replace shade ya mti. Vitu kama fan, these artificial, zinakuja ku replace zile cool breeze yenye mti ingeleta. So it's really important to plant a miti, because slowly by slowly in the near future tutakuwa na miti. And for us at Jiamini, tuliona tumeja kwa kupanda indigenous trees, because kwa indigenous trees tunapata medicine, tunapata a lot of things. Alafu unajua indigenous trees pay na last for long. Yeah.
Okay. And now, Tuno, I know you, Kathy has mentioned several places that you've been to. Maybe tell us now, what is the coverage region for Ecoart project? Which regions are you targeting at the moment?
Okay, thank you very much, Kalia. Ecoart is a program of Jiamini. So we want to use arts for environmental conservation. That is because we have this kind of climate change. You know, we are the first generation to experience climate change. Hakuna generation ambayo ime experience climate change. So we are the first, and I think we should be the last people to provide solutions for climate change. Now, Ecoart program will cover 9 counties. Yeah. So we started from Nandi County, Elgeyo Marakwet. We are going to Baringo. We will go to Bomet. We will go to Trans Nzoia, West Pokot, Turkana, Kericho, and Bomet. Those are 9 counties that we will cover. And we are projecting over 10 million trees. But if we get support now, because this is not a one-man show, or if we get support, I tell you, we will plant even more than 10 million trees.
Okay, and I'll be coming to you, Kendagor, for the program now. Give us an outline of how you plan to undertake your activities in those particular counties. What happens once you get into a county, and what will be the peak of it all?
Just like the chairman said, mentioning the counties, we'll be visiting these counties, and when we'll be there, of course, before we go there, we'll be telling people that we will be coming there, so that we involve the people on the ground, because these are the main people. Of course, we'll be reaching the authorities, like of course, we reach the county government, will give us the lead all along, or will tell us, go here, plan, this is the place, mahali pa kupanda miti, this forest, or this place, we want to conserve this place. So I think through that is when now we'll get to know on where exactly are we going to plant these trees. Yeah.
Okay, and in terms of now the whole plan, how you plan to undertake the Ecoart project, who does it involve? What kind of artists do you have within the group?
Actually, we planned this thing. We had phase 1, which is now planting trees. Then we come in as phase 2, whereby we'll be doing the talent search. And I think now we cannot combine the two of them at a go, because of planting trees is a tedious thing. And of course, talent search is also another thing that needs concentration. So we cannot have 2 functions at a go. Talent search is a function of its own, and planting trees is also another activity of its own. So we will be having, actually we have a program up to August, is it August 12th? August 12th, I think that is the end of, we'll be winding up the planting of trees. Then from there, we plan now the talent search in these. We come back again to the counties. We do the talent search. Yeah.
And how do you plan, of course, now going to Tuno, how do you plan to create the link between now the phase 1 and the phase 2? Because of course you've planted the trees. As a friend of mine also tells me that nowadays you don't plant trees, you'd want to grow them. So how do you link up to make sure that whatever you've done in phase 1 is also replicated in phase 2 and reflects?
Okay, one, when you see Jiamini, we are not 3 alone, but we have a team. And out there at the counties, we have county coordinators. So how are we linking the phase 1 and phase 2? Is 1, when we are doing phase 1, we are doing what we call activation phase 1. We are planting trees and sensitizing people and telling people that we are coming back again for the purpose of talent search. We know out there as artists, we know we have people who needs our support, as musicians, as comedians, as pencil art, as models. They'll ask you, how can you support me? So from this Jiamini or Ecoart program, we want to support them and be ambassadors of Ecoart, so that they can be persons at the ground that can help us in planting more trees and safeguarding them. Yeah.
Okay. And now that you've talked about artists, I'll go to Kathy. There are people who are not artists and want to be part of Jiamini Group. How do they become part of them? Because part of you, because I'm already seeing that question coming in.
What I would like to tell them is maybe joining us in planting trees wherever we go. Maybe if they're in Wasingishu County, we always notify people on when we're going to plant trees in a certain or in a specific county. If we are going to Baringo, those who are in Baringo, maybe to join us. Si wote ambao ni waimbaji. Kuna wale wenye wanachora, kuna models, kuna comedians. Okay. Watu wametalentiwa tofauti. But if you're none of those, then you can still join us and be part of us, because this thing we are doing it for the community, not for us. We are doing it for the better of our future. Yeah. So if they feel they need to give back to the community, we are not going to limit them. We are not going to say this thing is for Jiamini alone. We're also asking them to join us, because this is not us alone. It's all of us now focusing on our future. Yeah.
And Kendagor, how would we be measuring the success and the impact? How would you know that we have actually influenced these people? What are the measures in place to make sure that you can actually monitor the progress?
The issue of measuring is a bit tricky kidogo, because you can plant trees today, but you cannot measure it. And of course, you will not get to know that how many trees are going to survive. But of course, when we plant trees, we will use the people on the ground to take care of the trees. I think that is the best way we can say about measuring and taking care of, and conserving those trees that are there. I can't just tell you today that we'll be using certain measures to know that this and this and this has happened. But because of we'll be planting them, and of course we'll be visiting later. But of course we have people on the ground ambao watakuwa wanatusaidia pia to follow up on once we plant the trees on a certain county. It is a public utility, yes, assuming it is a school. Of course we give it to the management of the school. We tell them, now these are the trees, take care of us. I think we are not here, but we've done this. But with the time we'll come back and see the progress of the trees. Yeah. Or unless Chairman has something.
Because I can see Chairman already has something to say about that. And as Chairman, as you also talk about that, go ahead and also tell us about now. You've talked about the first phase, the second phase. Give us now how you plan to actually execute it in terms of budgets. If you're looking for partners, what kind of partners are you looking for to have?
Before I answer the question, I want to add what Kendagor was saying in terms of how will we, what was the question? Measure. Yes. One, as I've told you, we have county coordinators. We have ward coordinators. Those are the people that we will use as Jiamini to help us in monitoring and giving us full information, because we want to grow trees. We don't want just to plant trees and live there. As Kendagor said, it is hard for us to manage when we are here. But we will use the ward coordinators that will help us in terms of, because in county, we have county coordinator, sub-county, and ward. So that is the hierarchy that we are using to help us monitor these trees, because we want them to grow. If it is not 100%, it should not come below 90%. There is something which you had asked Kathy about those people who are not artists and want to join. As we have what we call 4 categories of people. We have full members, we have associate members, and honorary members. They can join in such category. Yes.
And maybe tell us the difference between each category so that everyone maybe could know where they fall in.
Okay, a full member is anybody. But that, what we call, I'm lacking the term, but a full member is a person that has the aspiration, the same goal as ours. And he can enjoy, there are things that we will give him that he can enjoy, but he is not a trustee of the group.
Maybe take us through the hierarchy of how Jiamini would look like, so that now maybe we get a clearer picture. Of course, as he checks on that, I'll still get to sample some of the comments that we are getting in here. There is Of course, some nice comments coming in. Rubani MCNO, she says, watching live from Central Business District. Thank you so much. Aska Kogan says she's tuned in. Ambassador Alfred says, past regards to the panelist. He's saying he's watching all the way from Itigo, Perth, Australia. Then there's Enoch Kimtai Kiton says, morning Kalia, I'm tuned in. Wasalamie Wasani. Thank you so much for that. And I'm sure, Chairperson, maybe, of course, I'm sure I got you quite unaware, but then it is a question that actually will still come up from anyone who meets you, because everyone feels to be part of you, and some of these people are not artists, some of them cannot sing, but then they can at least plant a tree.
So now I'll read. Allow me to read, because it is good. If I read, people will understand well. A full member is open to all persons that meet the eligibility criteria as laid down kuna section 3.1 of our constitution. So that is the objective of our group. Now, that is a full member. Associate member is an unprofitable institution or profitable institutions active in development which do not meet the full membership eligibility criteria as laid down under our own constitution. So, honorary member, an individual who has made unique seminal contribution to the field of environment is eligible for election to honorary membership. So the number of honorary member cannot exceed. Okay, we have it cannot exceed more than 5 honorary members. So, and I know most of us will want to be full members. So I would encourage those people who are not artists to apply to be a full member.
And of course, you'd be giving us out to do that.
Yes.
At some point of that. Yeah, of course, I don't want to put you on the spotlight, chairperson, because from time to time, chairperson usually gives me a few jobs here and there, and I don't want to lose them. So it's good to protect. It's good to look at where the bread is buttered and be a little bit careful. Anyway, moving on swiftly, I'll come back to you, Kendagor, and let's now talk about the issue of the challenges and the opportunities that you've seen so far since you started. Let's start with the opportunities.
Okay. First, I want to say that, Kali, you're being biased somewhere. You can't say chairman is the only person giving you jobs. We started with you a long time ago, and actually we have a very good experience with you. And I think chairman just came the other day, and you cannot just come in today and overtake me from you, unless otherwise. That's a very big blow to you. Anyway, it's okay. The opportunities we have, the opportunities, of course, we have in Jiamini, or being part of this team is one. Once you join the Jiamini Group, of course, you'll get more people. You'll get connected to more people. That is one. Of course, you build more friends. You'll build for more friends. Two, the benefit of planting trees. It is for all of us. Even a new person from anywhere, of course, will benefit from this planting of trees. Three, I must say this, is because of the group coming together. Actually, it means once you see people, 1-2 people coming together, you must see something is growing somewhere, and people will get exposed. Like, even maybe there is a place I haven't reached myself, but I will reach through somebody else, or I will do this because of one person who has done this on the other side. So otherwise, I will say those are the major things. In terms of challenges, I haven't yet. I can say this because of the challenges we have right now is financial. Actually, I think that is it. Finance is everything, because indigenous trees is very expensive. It's very expensive, and one person might not understand the price of a tree, the indigenous tree. Unlike the exotic, you get around 5 shillings or 10 shillings, and you're good to go. But indigenous, you can start from 50 shillings, and you cannot just tell me today that you want to plant one type of species of 50 shillings throughout. We'll of course need elgontic, we'll need tenduet, we'll need bamboo, which is even bamboo in Africa 500 shillings. You see, those are some of the major challenges. Another thing I will say is Another challenge, we are still young and we are growing. And I know with the time, we will we'll reach somewhere. But by then, before tufika pale, kutakuwa na challenges more ambayo zinakuja hapa na pale. Like we might, assuming today we get someone who gives us trees, tells us come and pick 3,000 trees in a certain place, a forest, whatever. And then they don't give you means of transportation. You know, that's also another cost. You have to look for a car that will pick the trees, fuel it, assuming you are hiring the car. Maybe the car will cost you even around 10,000 or so, or kuendelea. So I see that as a challenge. Challenge ambaye also will come. We haven't seen it, but I know very well it will come. There's a question that you asked me earlier about the what was the question anyway? I wanted to say this, like in the near future, planting trees is not a problem. The problem is how to maintain.
How to make sure that the trees grow.
Yes.
And all that.
Yes.
And before I move to the secretary, I still come back to you, Kendagor. Now, somebody would ask, what do I stand to gain in terms of, especially corporate entities that want to be part of this? What do I stand to gain as a partner?
Actually, that question is supposed to be asked to chairman, not even me. The chairman is the person who answers that question.
I'm actually having a...
The question is very good, but the wrong person. The right person is chairman here. The chairman is the right person to answer that question. How are they going to benefit? So the chairman is the right person to answer that question.
Okay, thank you so much. And of course, I'll go to the chairperson now that he's been put on. And maybe chairperson, you may need a whip next time. So that when the members tend to misbehave, you just...
I think Kendagor should have answered the question. He was in a good position to answer the question because he had the mic. Now, in terms of other partners coming in, there are a lot of benefits that they will gain from this program of Ecoart, and I would like to urge the partners that who want to join us that it is good and prudent to join us because there are a lot of benefits. Of course, there is something called scratch my back, I scratch yours. And of course, as much as you scratch mine, I scratch yours, we need to see the future of our generation in terms of environment. There is a saying in an environment which says, we borrow our environment from our grandchildren. We don't inherit from our grandparents, but we borrow them. We borrow the environment from our own grandchildren. These
parents rather.
No, not grandparents. Grandchildren.
So, okay, we're borrowing it from the future generation.
Future generation. So that we can use the same environment, enjoy the same environment sustainably. And we should return it back when it is better. So now when you see our environment, it is not something that we are proud of because the impacts of climate change. The impacts of climate change is like we are seeing drought, we are seeing lack of rain in our regions because me I come from Baringo. Na kuna I think 3 years tume experience a lot of rain alafu ikapotea. Sitaki kukuambia what happens kwa sababu unajua sisi ni watu wa ng'ombe na hatuna nyasi. So those are impacts of climate change. It's not like the natural weather patterns ambayo tumekuwa tukijua. So the what do we call the partners ambao wanakuja kujiunga na sisi, they will get a lot in terms of their businesses or in terms of their brands. Kwa sababu we are planning at the end of this, as we start now, the planting of trees the whole year. From next year, we have a big concert whereby we want to sensitize people on the importance and of planting trees and how these trees can be maintained. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Of course, quite a unique and interesting quote there that we do actually borrow our environment from the future generations rather than borrow it from the maybe those who came before us.
Yeah, we don't inherit.
Yeah, we don't
borrow.
inherit. We actually
Yeah.
borrow it from the future generation.
yeah.
I think that would be a very nice way of thinking when it comes to the environment. And now that that was a question that was pushed to you, now I need to ask you the question that is duly yours. And chairperson, of course, one of the things that somebody would ask is how do you make sure that you remain motivated as a team? How do you make sure that those who join you now would be willing to be part of the journey all through? Of course, because there's also that we've seen many projects come and go. How do you make sure that the project is sustainable even beyond the Ecoart project?
One, as you know, music connects with the soul. I know wanasemanga shetani alikuanga muimbaji, si ndio? And I want to say that alikuwa muimbaji ama alikuwa beautiful, I don't know. Alikuwa muimbaji. Anasikia hivi.
Clearly you don't sing gospel, right?
we do sing gospel. So now as ina connect na the soul. Kuna nyimbo nakumbukanga when I was in Nazareth school, and I know everybody akona nyimbo yake anakumbuka, na ili change perception of something. Of course we have fans ambayo wakiniona saa hivi vile nimevaa, they will want to look like me. So I know music, with music we can stay for a longer time than the shorter time. So we have a series of projects. After the Ecoart, we have another project. But majorly, we are focusing on environment until we see we are satisfied. And there's nothing that is good and fulfilling than achieving what you dreamt of.
Okay. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Now I'll be coming back to you, but now I can see already Kathy is smiling and looking at you and admiring how the chair is answering the questions. Now, Kathy, how do you make sure that you coordinate with other groups which are doing the same thing? Right now, when we talk about climate action, everyone actually, of course, you notice that there's a lot of agitation for it. Now, how do you make sure that you coordinate with other organizations which have the same dream as yours within the areas that you operate in?
I think for now we asking them to partner with us, and through our coordinators we also hao ndio wanatusaidia kuwafikia hao watu, and then we also having our coordinator here. Yeye ndio the main person wa hiyo section. So that question actually ingekuwa ya Kenda Gor because yeye ndio coordinator. So maybe at answer your question vizuri.
The panel seems unfriendly today, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, if you're at the home and you have any question that you need to ask them, by then nimeongea kama Moria for a minute. If you have any question that you need to ask these particular people, of course, shoot them in. I'll still ask them. But then, Kendagor, now that the question is being sent to you, Kathy be like, back to the sender. And so...
What was the question, Kalia?
The question is, how do you coordinate? How do you make sure? Because there are other groups, of course, which exist within the same ecosystem, doing the same projects as yours. How do you make sure that you coordinate to achieve the same goal?
If we have groups who are doing exactly what we are doing, and they are ready to work with us, of course, we welcome them. Yeah?
And at the moment, have you encountered any such kind of partnerships and all that?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'll be coming the chair, of course, as we come to the tail part of the interview. I want you to make an appeal to all those partners, to all those people who would want to be part of this particular one. And of course, I'll ask my director to assign you this particular camera, look into this camera, and give an appeal, Mr. Tuno, to all those who would want to partner with you in this particular journey.
Thank you very much, Kalia. I want to appeal to all of us that we join hands. You join Jiamini Group so that we can drive this agenda of climate change action and solve many problems that we will encounter, or our own grandchildren or our own generation will have encountered. this thing of climate change didn't started just yesterday. There is a convention of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change that started in 1992. Na ilianza kitambo. So it is only this time that we are feeling the impacts of climate change that we are coming together and solve the problem. So I'm asking and requesting you as people who want to see this climate change solved to join us and go and what do we call and be part of us, so that in future we will have something to tell and say. And it's biblical. Kuna kitu kwa Biblia Kalia inasema kwamba tulipewa dunia ili tuchunge, but if we don't tusipochunga itatumaliza. They say human activities are the ones that are destroying our mother nature. So if we as humans stop from doing these things that affects our environment, and you know, Kalia, we have what we call greenhouse gases, and greenhouse gases are those gases that are making our environment more of have this adverse climate change thing. If we plant trees, you know, trees wanasemanga inatumia kuna kitu kwa biology, was it biology or chemistry, about photosynthesis. It's biology. So unajua, before photosynthesis is the process of plants making their own food. So they use a lot of carbon dioxide in and releasing oxygen. So if we plant trees, we are reducing the carbon our own atmosphere. So I'm urging those who want to partner with us to be part of us. We are Jiamini, tumejiamini, na tunataka kwamba in the next 15 to 20 years tunaona tuone kwamba tumepanda miti mingi ili tusaidie, kwa sababu tunapopanda miti we are sure of getting good food. Tuko sure we are reducing diseases, kwa sababu part of the trees that we are planting are medicinal. We are sure of getting a sustainable food security in our own country, kwa sababu tutapata mvua mzuri ambayo haileti havoc. Tutapata what we call kuna heavy metals disposal. So kwa wetlands kuna ukidispose through wetlands, at least ina reduce those impacts of heavy metal pollutants. So now I want to urge all of us tukue pamoja, tushikane mikono na tupande miti. Let us forget about these politics enye zinakuja. Of course politics haiwezi kosa, but let's forget about it and let's focus tuone our own generation will benefit what from our own environment ambao tuliomba lazima turudishe. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that appeal. Chairperson, now coming to you, Keith, of course, I'll be coming for your parting shot. There are so many people who are watching. There are so many people who would watch this. And these are questions that I've asked before, but then I would ask that let it also form part of your parting shot. If there's somebody who writes now, is feeling that they need to reach out to you as Jiamini, how would they arrive to you, and what are the possible outcomes, or how easy is it for them to be a part of the project that is currently being done, that is Ecoart?
Thank you so much for that question. What I would say, we have our treasurer who is not with us today. So if you want to reach us for any support, like unataka to support kubuy trees, ama you want to donate trees. Kuna wale wenye wako na miti already and they want to donate to Jiamini. There are those who are not able to donate trees, but they can buy trees. They can support us na cash to buy trees. So we have for now we don't have a pay bill or a till number, but we are working on that. But saizi tunatumia number ya 0720 20 94 11.
Okay,
That is
maybe
our
I'll need
treasurer's
some
number.
time to really pin that, so you'd go a little bit slowly. 07
0720 20 94 11. Itaandika
9411.
Jona Kirwa.
Okay.
That's
So-
our treasurer. Yeah. And then pia kama kuna swali or concerning anything to do with Jiamini, bado wanaweza to reach na hiyo number ama number ya chairperson. Yeah.
Okay, I'm a number chairperson. So so let me now go to the chairperson now that you've also. I think these people have a way of always getting back to you. And from time to time they decide to host the host.
Okay.
Anyway, so maybe you'll also give us your number, but then before we go there, allow me to reach the where I can actually. Okay, and now give us your number. 07
0728
28
722
722
897.
897. So that is Mr. Tuno.
There's something I wanted to add. As much as we are planting trees, we said, Kendagor said, we want to support talents out there. So we want to appeal that if you are a musician, if you are a comedian, if you are a pencil art, if you are a model artist, we are looking for you. But and in terms of musicians, I believe we will give you, or in those categories, we want you to have something related to environment, because we will be coming for auditions. So if we want to use our own talents so that we can achieve our goal. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And before a guy called Eric Katam crucifies me, then he's saying that I should invite MC Masir next time. Of course, if you had the number of the treasurer being there, that is MC Masir, and so that means that actually he has, or we have, the blessing of MC Masir, because leo ni kama yeye ni fan wa Masir na karibu ananipiga. Thank you so much anyway, Eric Katam, for joining us this particular morning. Feel part of this particular show, and thank you also for supporting the Jiamini Group. Now coming to you, Kendagor, of course, I'll ask for your parting shot. What do you have to tell those who are listening to us as we come to the closure of the show?
The team, and of course the people watching us today, and we are very much grateful that you've been here with us today, and we are requesting for your support and be part of us. Actually, when we are doing this, when we are starting this journey, it's not easy, but with your support and prayers, I know we'll reach somewhere. So we are very much grateful for today's show.
Okay, thank you so much. Somebody asked, where did Kathy go in terms of course, you've already given your closing remarks, but then somebody is asking, where did you go? Maybe musically, they are not seeing you.
Oh, musically.
Musically.
Asante sana kwa hilo swali.
Maybe I'll give each of you a chance to talk about their music now that I realize that there's also that bit of it that tuliongelea sana. Kendagor, let's start with Kathy.
Let me start by saying Bwana asifiwe now. We were Jiamini at that time.
And of course, I realize that Extreme's chairperson has been walking close to you. He's also now starting to quote scripture.
Yeah, musically, nimekuwa nikiandika a lot of songs. Not that sijakuwa nikifanya kazi ya kuandika songs. Hiyo ni kitu nilitiwa kufanya, but I had taken a break dogo. Just could reflect on what I've been doing and seeking more revelation from God. Nilikuwa na realize I was a little bit going down, so I had to go aside, wanasema kujiset aside, praying and fasting, before embarking back now to this work, this ministry. This is a ministry. It's not something that I expect anything from it. It's something niliitwa kufanya. It's a full-time thing until nikufe mpaka hata beyond kukufa.
Yeah, but also want to sing with the angels, okay?
Yeah, this is a rehearsal, by the way. Baadaye, tuna rehearsal. Mbinguni tutakuwa tunaimba tu. Hakuna hata mahubiri, by the way. Ni kuimba, kudance hivyo tu. So, very soon I'll be releasing kuna kitu. I have a lot of songs, but now very soon itarudi back to the screens again to kuendelea na ile kazi penye niliachia. Hapo tu ndio nitapick Yeah.
Okay, now chairperson, of
Allow
course,
me to maybe give there are those who also asking my number. Maybe if you want to reach me, 0701 575 961.
let me pin that, 0701
575 961. Najua kuna wale wenye wanasema ningependa kukua kama Kathy and maybe wanting to be mentored by me. I'm here for you. Sihitaji anything, just here for you because this is work yenye tuliitwa kufanya. Asante.
Okay, Tuno of the chair. Bye. Now let's talk a little bit about music, bro. What are we yet to see in the near future?
You know when you say che bye, people confuse. Am I a lady or a man? Che bye is a song. Inaimba nyonwe che bye hinyi nyono che lalang. Asa chep korgen. So that's a song ambayo watu wamenijua nayo, but I started music since 2007. I think Endagora hukuanza kuimba 2007. But it's only by the grace of God. He is my mentor, and my music just came yesterday ya sherehe. But other music ziko from 2007 to 2009, 2017, and I'm still continuing. So we formed this Jiamini so that we can support other people who feel like they want to sing and they don't have the support. So this is a platform that we are creating ili isaidie waimbaji wengine and those who have different talents in terms of art. So nasema kwamba if you want to reach us, you can reach us through the numbers ambayo tumepeana hapo, and we will come for you. So the only thing that we will use is we are using auditions kwa sababu watu wengi wanataka to support na tungeweza. We have financial constraints, of course we have families ambao inatutegemea na music hailipi sana as such. Na unajua Kalia, watu wengi wanaonanga waimbaji hawajasoma. Tumesoma bwana.
Sikia Kiingereza tupu.
Haina, ni ile tu Kiingereza kwa akili, kwa Wakalenjin iko kwa kichwa, but kitoke kwa mdomo ndio very hard.
Anyway, let's go to Kendagar. Kendagar, of course, right now you have something big that is playing. Tell us about, bro, how you managed to actually retain, because when you started, you said you are the cultural king, and how have you managed to remain in that space for all that time? There's somebody listening to you right now and wondering, nitawai fika hapo?
Sure, Kalia. And let me say this. For music, you have to love it. Love what you do, and of course, what you're doing will come out in a nice way. I mean, with a positive impact. Music, I want to say this. I started music a long time ago. I used to sing anyway when I was young. All the way from Sunday school up to date. So, just as Tuno, amejua juzi anaweza imba. I think 207. 207.
Mimi nimejua last month.
Kathy ndiye amekuja, hiyo song yenye ametoa juzi ilikuwa yake, maybe ali realize kumba I can sing. But for my case, it was quite different. Totally different. I used to sing in Sunday schools and especially in primary school. I would just sing in especially tukienda games. I remember when I was singing nikiitisha chorus, and kuna wimbo ilikuwa nasema, ilikuwa inaongelea juu ya kinyonga. Kinyonga ilikuwa nasema nini? Usiwe kama popo, siju watu ilikuwa hiyo.
Simama
imara, simama imara, usiwe kama popo, sindeke si mnyama, usiwe kama whatever. That was it anyway. So I would just sing that song tukiwa primary. And I remember how I came into music. Tulikuwa parade asubuhi. Sasa mwalimu anauliza, nani atatuitisha chorus? And everybody was quiet. Then me from nowhere.
Kasimama.
No, tulikuwa tumesimama ile parade ya shule. Me from nowhere nikaimba chorus. And the girls were like, sasa huyu ni boy gani anaimba Anaitisha wimbo because we knew very well that wenye walikuwa anaitisha nyimbo ni girls. Yes. And that was it. And it worked out. At that time, nilikuwa Elgeyo Marakwet. I remember this music kama akina Munishi. And actually I can say this. Munishi, Joel Kimeto, Yusto Onesmus. These are the guys walini inspire sana. And I would sing nyimbo za Munishi. Zote mpaka mwisho. Even I was even nicknamed Munishi those days.
And do you know what, Kalia, about Kendagor? You know this guy can sing for 18 minutes in one song.
Yeah, his songs are quite long. Bro, wewe na Bahati Bukuku hapa. Kumbe si nduna, sio mtoto.
So
18 minutes straight, bro.
Okay.
And it's a one song, bro.
One song too.
Yeah. So ikahappen hivyo ikakuwa nikakuja nikagundua. So they nicknamed me Munishi. But before Munishi, remember I used to dance. I was a good dancer, and especially Lingala music. The kina Awilo Longomba. By then Awilo Longomba ilikuwa imetoka. Yeah. Hii wimbo ya Awilo Longomba out kulikuwa na hizi unapata kuna hizi maharambe zinafanyika nyumbani. Hizi ya kuchangisha fees ya mtoto nini?
Ile ya 500.
Hiyo jioni. I remember ningeenda hiyo function jioni. Then kuna hiyo muziki ya usiku. That was my feel. Unaniwekea Wilo Longomba na sakata vizuri na kuletea mpaka inakuja vizuri.
Anyway, now that we have to finish this Kendagor.
Then ikakuja hivyo ndio
nilikuwa nakuuliza mama environment na kuumiza.
Yeah.
No wonder you are pushing questions to chairperson.
That is why unaniuliza swali ambaye the person who is supposed to answer is this person, not me. So hiyo ikakuja kabisa mpaka ikafika mahali sasa. By the time the year 1999, was it 1999, nikaenda Jondoni. I think that was the time nikatoka Jondoni nikakuja nikaingia gospel industry. But before then 1998 nilikuwa nimeingia church. Hiyo kitambo tulikuwa Sunday school, then kidogo hiyo unakuja unaelewa tu ujana kidogo nini unacheza kidogo uende kanisa kidogo unakaa. Then I came in nikatoka Jondoni 2000. I think that was the year ambao walikuwa wanasema millennium. Hiyo ilikuwa inaelekea kuisha bwana. Na tulikuwa Jondoni 99 na tunastahili kutoka na najua the next year ya 2000 tunaenda
dunia inaisha.
Tunaisha. And that is the time now I had to go back to God. And nikakuja. Na hiyo ndio wakati sasa nilianza kuimba gospel music. Nikawa na imitate these guys. Ikakuja hivyo until the year 2004 is when we formed a choir. And before then actually I can tell you a beautiful history of mine. I remember tukiwa youth, tukiwa Elgeyo Marakwet, we would just walk a very long distance. Kichikildo ngeteke Kapcherop agoi Kapsowar.
Is that the inspiration of Singile?
Yes.
Okay.
And some guys from Elgeyo Marakwet will tell you this. Vijana.
So you do know some little bit of Marakwet?
No, I don't know their culture.
What happened?
I don't speak their culture. I just listen to it.
So you can listen to them speak?
I can listen very fluently. But it was hard for me.
So you said you can listen fluently, but you can't speak fluently?
Yeah, I can just listen to them. Their language, I mean, how they speak. But I cannot speak Marakwet, yeah. Because I stayed with them for around 8 years. Nilikaa nao 8 years. So tukiwa vijana, hiyo time tungetembea, tukienda rallies ya vijana. Tungetembea mpaka, I remember one tulienda mpaka Kapsowar. Tulienda Kapsowar. Mission. AIC. Kutembea. I remember your day. I think that is the time. Because tulifika huko, unatembea the whole day, tunaamuka 5 in the morning. Tunafika huko jioni, around 6 or 7. Na mmetembea kwa forest, shortcuts, unapita sijui Cheptulon, sijui wapi, ndani huko, tunapitia forest. But it was fun anyway. It was a team of around 10 guys, 15 guys. Tunatembea kwa msitu shortcuts, tunaenda. And you know at that time we used to sing. Tunaimba bwana. Yesu ni muweza. Yesu ni muweza.
Now, let's do this. I think let me sign out, then you'll finish up with the song. So you guys decide on the song you're singing, and then you'll sign out with that. So
and we have a song, by the way. Yeah.
Jiamini. So you want to sign out with that?
I don't know if we have
the vocals.
I mean,
Okay, now let me, as you think of what you're doing, you can discuss it. Let me sign out. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Morning Glory Show. We are the most comprehensive talk show in Kenya today. And by the way, now there's something I didn't tell you when we started, or if I told you, then you really need to listen to this again. Let's start with the bit where you need to walk into D-Square. Something I didn't tell you is that when you study from D-Square School of Fashion Design, you have the opportunity of walking into the fashion house and learning from the best of the best. So anytime you're thinking of a place where you can learn some good where you can learn and practice fashion at the same time, D-Square School of Fashion Design and Tailoring is the best place to be. As we sign out, I need to remind you that we've been coming live from Derby Afrique Photography. It is the best photography studio in Eldoret. It is the best production house within this particular region. We are not only docile in Eldoret, but then we go beyond this particular region. On top of that, of course, tomorrow being a healthy, wealthy, wise Wednesday, we'll be here to make sure that you receive. We'll be here to make sure that you actually receive some health education from Top Hill Hospital. So kesho pia tutakuwa tunahakikisha kwamba tunafanya hiyo kitu. So my director is telling me that the team is almost ready to start singing. Mine is just to continue thanking you for being this part of this particular show today. So as we sign out, we will do that. Labda mtaanza kuham kidogo, mtueleze. It is your time. Tuno, I think ama nikenda gori alimba wimbo. Who sang the song? Ama kila mtu alieka kabit ndani. Kila mtu akona part yake. Okay, Tuno, maybe
yes.
Tell us about the song now that you are the one who introduced mambo ya nyimbo.
Yeah. The song is all about tupande miti. We are sensitizing people to plant trees, the importance of trees, and the effects of not planting trees. So that's all about the song. It's a Kalenjin song. That's why we were targeting the 9 counties of Rift Valley, because we will start from Om, as the Bible says, in Amen Jerusalem. Yeah.
And gentlemen, introducing the Jiamini Group na wimbo wao wa kupanda miti.
Getting
Hallelujah.